let's take a look at our team. Of course, we had the captain Messi, but we got a couple of good shouts from the beginning, including Sebastian Berhalter. Telasco Segovia has been very good, and Nico Fernández.
This is time to give a bit of Nico to Nico love, man. I like this because the numbers win fantasy. Everyone thought it was going to be around Leo Messi, and naturally so, but Nico Fernández has stepped up as the MVP right now.
Yeah, pretty good with the points per match. It's been significant. I mean, Hudson River Derby from this past weekend, hitting an assist, and he's had a couple of big games beyond that, including in the first round, second round, against Inter Miami, a perfect 10 against Cincy in that crazy 4-4 game. He's been consistently contributing more than Messi, just not on our team because he's been our captain.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a quick question, and we're going to give the world a bit insight in terms of our tactics. Do we give him the captain's armband soon? Do we turn around and maybe make that decision, or do you not stray away from Messi whatsoever?
Post-World Cup, maybe we should consider it.
Okay.
Messi's building up to the World Cup. He looks great. Post-World Cup, once Messi's priorities are reevaluated, maybe different mindset, we gotta still go him. We also have Ryan Porteous, who's our value pick. He started off the season well, and LAFC has kind of dipped in form. They had an international competition. He was a little bit shaky in that international competition, but for what we got him for, which is 5.9 million, listen, he started off great, hasn't been so great since, but LAFC is going to pick it up again.
We've got to look to change though, because look, the first 6, he gave us a snapshot as to what he could be like. Only 13 points across the last 7 game weeks.
Yeah.
That's a question mark. Talking about question marks, especially when you're talking about the LA region, we've got another one we need to address.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yoshida needs to turn around and be brought to the forefront. Yep. Unfortunately, we need to have these conversations right in front of everybody. So we're going to do LAFC, we're going to talk about the Galaxy too. And I loved the Yoshida pickup in the beginning. I thought he had the experience we needed. He's been at so many different levels, maybe a little bit higher than the MLS, and could have bought something here.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's working out, Nico.
Yeah, it's been all right. A couple of clean sheets here and there. The form hasn't been great, so we might have to reevaluate. Our defenders actually haven't been that high scoring. I mean, because our attacking players are probably even more expensive on the other end, we had to maybe go low on the defensive end.
All right, let's have a look at some of the overall scorers in the league, and just maybe we can make some adjustments live and direct here. Okay, so I like this. Looking at this, we started off with a great selection. Looking at the base that we have, especially you spoke about Berhalter, you spoke about Messi, of course Nico Fernández is doing his thing. What do you think about some maybe the additions on the right-hand side? I mean, Evander, I know you're a massive fan of.
For sure, Evander, but Anders Dreyer as well. Back-to-back seasons, still performing. Carles Gil is timeless. And New England Revolution are on a roll. Shout out to Guilherme, by the way, for Houston Dynamo. These are players that you can't go wrong with. So I wonder how many people have Anders Dreyer in their fantasy lineup. But Nico Fernández, we saw it from the very beginning. That's our fantasy team right there.
That's been the base from the beginning. All right, let's have a bit of fun, because you know, obviously we love this part as well, the trivia. So we turn our nerd banes on for a second. Let's have a look at some of the nuggets that have actually been percolating around the sort of the footballing world right now. And this is one of my favorites. Watch this one coming up right now. Yep, look at this. In terms of when you look at the Bundesliga, the second division, of course, Schalke, congratulations to them, what they were able to do. But look at this in terms of with the population, only 13,000 people being represented in the Bundesliga. Talk about promotions. This right here is going to be a story in its own right.
100%. It's the smallest town ever in Germany's top flight. But Spießen-Elsburg is the municipality. Elsburg itself, the town, is even smaller. It's about 7,000 people. There are more club members that the club has than people that live in the town itself. Spießen-Elsburg is not even that big anyway, so you have to kind of go around the stat, but you get the point to how small this club is.
I mean, we could probably add it to one of those morning footy chronicles and definitely be see if we can put it on our list or somewhere we can visit, somewhere we can enjoy, see the smile on his face, that is, we know he's ready to go. All right, let's switch to another trivia, another massive nugget that we've had for this week, which I think is going to be focused around the first half and the first place. Man United are now unbeaten in each of their last 400 league games in which they've led in the first half. That runs back to August of 1984. Can I just take a note to say that Sir Alex Ferguson basically never lost anytime he had been leading at half-time, is what you're saying, at Old Trafford. That is crazy.
Correct. In the league, yes.
That is crazy.
So you're telling me United is up at halftime.
It's over.
Basically.
It's done. Game's finished.
It's been a stat. I mean, is this pre-Ferguson also? It's a run that began in August 1984. 84.
Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive in its own right. That's impressive in terms of as a standard. But can you imagine who do you reckon the first team will be? Since you were so big on your trivia today, who's going to be the first team to come back at Manchester United after losing at halftime?
I don't know. Xabi Alonso's Chelsea.
Put it out there. I like that. All right, let's have one more because, of course, you know we can't finish our trivia without heading to Spain real quick. Not for the sangria or the paella. No, we're going to look at Barca's home record. 19-19. 13 to actually achieve a perfect home record in the top 5 leagues. That is really does state in terms of when you think about Juventus, how impressive that 13-14 team was. And Saint Etienne, if you go back in terms of looking at French history, I know they've had a couple of down years, but they really were the standard along.
They're a traditional, classic French team. Shout out to Timothy Chalamet's Saint Etienne.
If you know, you know. Yeah, New York in the building.
This is incredible. This is all about Barca's aura being restored post-Messi.
Yeah.
You have to watch Barca nowadays. They are entertaining to watch. You may think there's flaws in their system, but boy, you're gonna get one hell of a game whenever you watch Barca.
Goals guaranteed, almost guaranteed each and every time. Man, trivia comes to an end. Nico Cantor, JayDee Dyer, as we say every time on this show, men lie, women lie, but numbers never do. We'll keep you locked in for next week.
Hey, thanks for watching this video from Numbers Don't Lie. Be sure to catch our show every Monday at 5 p.m. on YouTube. And for news and insights from leagues all around the world, including Serie A, EFL, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount+.